Right, so what's up guys, welcome back to the Overcome series. This is episode 6 and here we are 2 days out from show day. So as you guys saw this morning, pretty much what I've been doing the past 5 to 6 days now has been every single morning I'm doing check-in pictures, going over my quarter turns to the right, and also my comparison poses, just to obviously check on my physique on a daily basis, just to ensure everything is in the right place. The changes that I'm seeing are positive changes, because obviously in this final week, the peak week so to speak, my approach and my thought process is just to approach everything in an ad hoc fashion, in terms of I will look at my physique in the morning, I'll have a look at the pictures, and then from that I'll be able to have the ability to gauge what needs to be done in that given moment, and also across that day, from like a nutritional perspective, a training perspective, cardio perspective, supplementation perspective, so on and so forth. So yeah, I've been doing that for the past 5 to 6 days. So far everything has been going according to plan. Yesterday was essentially the first carb up day, and I'm going to go into more detail about the actual peak week protocol, the formula that I put in place, my thought process going into the peak week in a separate video. And I think similar to this one, it's going to be divided into like 3 separate segments. So I'll break things down, essentially how I've broken down this peak week, because prior to the carb up, we done a fat load phase, and then we transitioned into the carb up phase. So we'll break everything down into their individual constituents and individual videos at a later date. This morning I woke up, body weight was 210 pounds, which saw a 2 pound drop from yesterday. Today therefore is essentially carb up day 2. As you saw, or as you're about to see an overlay right now, first meal of this morning is ground rice, some frozen fruit, some dark chocolate, Velocity protein, and honey. And I think that's pretty much it. Obviously you'll see an overlay of the ingredients and the actual final meal itself. And then on top of that, I just added 3 grams of sodium, and that particular meal is going to be emulated another 2 more times across today, minus the dark chocolate. So with it being my pre-workout meal, because I'm in the car now and I'm about to head to the gym, this meal that I've just had, that is the one that has the 30 grams of dark chocolate. The other 2 meals will be exactly identical to the one I've just had, minus the dark chocolate. And you'll probably see throughout today's video that the meals that I'm using are identical. I like to keep things very simplistic, using the foods that I've used essentially throughout the entire prep, just to prevent any kind of implications, especially from a gastrointestinal function and digestion perspective. So I want to make sure that all the foods that I'm eating are foods that I have been eating, I've been digesting well, they've been sitting well on my stomach, because say as we're pushing the carbohydrates up, we don't want to cause any kind of irritation and stress on my stomach, and therefore result into issues that may be like diarrhea, constipation, etc. So throughout this entire prep, I have literally just been eating 5 meals. I'm not the stereotypical bodybuilder that'll eat 6 to 7 meals. I like the 5 meals a day, because from a time efficiency perspective, it gives me more time in my day to get other things done, especially work related stuff. I don't literally have to get up every 2.5 hours to start prepping my next meal. It gives me an extra hour or so, and that hour can make a massive difference in terms of getting some more clients check-in done and other chores and bits and pieces that I need to do throughout the day. So yeah, 5 meals across the day, and that's been constant from day 1 of this prep. So now I'm just about to head off to the gym. I'm training first thing in the morning, and today's session is literally just going to be an upper body. Again, this is day 2 of the carb up. So yesterday was day 1. I went into the gym, done an upper body pump session, and essentially I'm just going to replicate that session again. So going into the workout, there's not going to be any footage captured today, unfortunately, but going into the training session, the main focus is just to literally drive the nutrients and the oxygen, the blood into the muscles, just to get a good pump to help with absorption of the carbohydrates. There's going to be no taking things to absolute failure. There's no mechanical tension trying to be generated within these workouts. So essentially it's just going to be get in and out of the training session within 60 minutes. What I might do is I might put an overlay of the actual workout on here so you can see what I've done, how many total sets, and that is pretty much it. After that, I'll be coming back home, obviously eating more meals throughout the day, and then just getting on with like work and pretty much resting. So that's it from me. Let's say 2 days out. That's an update on everything. I'm now about to head to the gym. Like I said, I've got my pre-workout, so I've got myself a white monster, and that is me. I will catch you guys a little bit later with my post-workout meal. Okay guys, so as you can tell from the illustrious background, we're back at home now. Finished off the pump session, spent no longer than 45 minutes with today's workout, and then subsequent to that we went into the studio just to do some posing, practice. I went over my individual routine as well. But yeah, we're back at home now. Spent approximately 60 minutes just kind of like sorting myself out, jumping in the shower, exfoliating, because this is that imperative point now in the peak week where you really need to start exfoliating the body just to help with when it comes to applying the tan, the base coats and then the top coat on actual show day. Your body's going to have a greater ability at actually absorbing the tan, and you're just going to have an overall better look with the tan itself when you are exfoliating. So done that, put some moisturizer on. Excuse the hair at the moment, I'm getting that sorted out tomorrow evening along with the beard. But anyway, as for the post-workout meal, so what we've got here is we've got a tower, 2 towers of rice cakes, a total of 10, and then we've got some white rice, chicken and vegetables. So as for the vegetables, we've got asparagus and tender steamed broccoli. We've got 300 grams of white rice and 100 grams of chicken. And then as for condiments, none other than black pepper and sodium, exactly 3 grams of sodium. And then also we've got precisely 500 mils of water with this meal. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna dig into this post-workout meal. I'm gonna crack on with some work. The next time you'll probably see me will be later on in the evening when I'm going to start shaving my body. Well, technically I'm going to be using Veet, so this cream, you put it on and essentially just melts off the hair as opposed to shaving it off, because for me personally, my skin is very sensitive, and when I use a razor, I come up with some kind of like rash and spots sort of thing. So I personally use the Veet, but obviously I'll show you guys that a little bit later. And then also we're going to apply the base coat this evening. So yeah, I will catch you guys then. Okay guys, so it's been a little while since I've last spoke to you guys. I think the last time I spoke to you was approximately midday. It's now just coming up to 7:30 tonight, so it's been around about 7 hours since I last spoke to you. And in that time, I've pretty much just been obviously consuming my meals. The 2 meals from my post-workout up until now have been the same as the pre-workout meal, as I said earlier. So essentially I just emulated those meals another 2 times. However, I took out the dark chocolate in both of those, and that's the reason why I didn't bother showing you. Other than that, I was just cracking on with work and getting things ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're heading off to Aldershot because I've booked an Airbnb. So we're going to be staying overnight there prior to the actual show day. But yeah, I'm just about to get this meal in. I have to be relatively quick because my meal timing today, supplementation in terms of like diuretic use, etc., is all planned meticulously. So I need to get this meal in right now as we speak, and then afterwards I'm gonna head into the bathroom, start waxing, essentially using that V to get off the hair, and then we're gonna put on the base coat tonight, and then that's gonna wrap up today's video. But in terms of my last meal, so essentially this is just a protein fat meal. We've got 100 grams of chicken breast, we've got some asparagus and tender steamed broccoli, and then 30 grams of peanut butter on top of that, and then obviously the 3 grams of sodium, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get this in, and then the next time you'll see me, I'll be in the bathroom and we'll start going through the shaving process and then putting on the base coat. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Cool. What are you doing in the back? Time to remove this hair. Done in my ass crack. Oh, that's cold up there.
Make sure you rinse that out properly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know about that otherwise.
Yeah, that'll burn.
I'll be laying down on my sheets, so I'll be alright.
Yeah, but you got dry.
Obviously, yeah, I know that.
Whispered.
It's time to turn me into an Oompa Loompa. Alright guys, it's getting late now, so we're just gonna wrap up applying the base coat tonight, but obviously we'll catch you lot tomorrow at one day out, so I'll see you all then.